Seraph and Leora stood at the edge of the roaring waterfall, their bodies still aching from their harrowing escape from the shadows. The mist clung to their skin, cool and refreshing, a stark contrast to the oppressive heat of battle they had just endured. Below them stretched a vast expanse of water, shimmering under a sky streaked with gold and lavender. Lush green islands dotted the water's surface, their dense foliage swaying gently in the breeze. The air smelled of salt and blooming lilies, a deceptive paradise. "We should explore," Leora said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Maybe we can find a way to rest and recover." Seraph nodded, though unease prickled at the back of her mind. Every world they had encountered so far had been cursed in its own way. This one, though beautiful, would be no different. They followed the cliffside path, winding down into the valley where the river met the ocean. Stepping onto the soft, damp sand, Seraph felt something shift in the air. A presence. Watching. Leora fluttered beside her, her delicate wings glowing faintly. "Do you feel that?" Leora murmured, gripping Seraph's arm. Seraph's flames flickered to life instinctively. "We're not alone." The water rippled. A soft, melodious hum drifted through the air, a sound both entrancing and unsettling. It wove through the landscape, growing louder, until dozens of sleek, beautiful figures rose from the water. Mermaids. Their skin was a pale, iridescent blue, their eyes black pits that reflected no light. Their hair floated around them like dark tendrils, and their mouths, though curved in seductive smiles, hid rows of razor-sharp teeth. Seraph took a step back, her flames burning brighter. "Travelers," one of the mermaids purred, gliding closer. "You are far from home." Leora hovered behind Seraph, gripping her shoulder. "Seraph, we need to leave. Now." Seraph didn't argue. She turned to run, but the water exploded around them, and more mermaids surged onto the land, their clawed hands reaching. The fight began instantly. Seraph unleashed a torrent of fire, scorching the nearest mermaids, but they moved too fast. Their slick bodies twisted unnaturally, dodging her attacks as if they had anticipated them. Leora sent sharp waves of golden light toward them, striking a few, but the mermaids only hissed in laughter. The two friends fought desperately, but the swarm was endless. Their enemies moved like a tide, unrelenting and overwhelming. For every mermaid Seraph burned, two more took its place. A sharp claw raked across Seraph's arm. She stumbled. In that moment, something cold and unyielding coiled around her legs and yanked her to the ground. Leora screamed as hands grasped her delicate wings and pinned her to the earth. They were captured. The mermaids dragged them toward the water, their movements eerily synchronized. Seraph struggled, her flames flickering weakly, but she was exhausted. The leader of the mermaids, taller than the rest, with scars etched across her gills, leaned close. "You are strong, Phoenix," she murmured. "But strength alone is not enough to survive our waters." Seraph glared. "Then kill us already." The mermaid smiled, slow and cruel. "No, you will make the choice." The mermaids parted, and Leora was thrown onto the sand before Seraph, her tiny body trembling. "You have two options," the leader continued. "Sacrifice your fairy friend to us, and we will let you pass in one piece." Seraph felt her stomach drop. "Or," the mermaid purred, tracing a claw along Seraph's cheek, "you can refuse, and die with her." Seraph's breath came in sharp gasps. The mermaids were playing with her. Taunting her. "Don't listen to them. They're lying. You can't be killed," Leora revealed desperately. "Immortality is just a word used to describe beings with a little longer lifespan. All beings can die," the mermaid shared with an evil grin. But then Seraph noticed something. The way the mermaids spoke of fairy magic. The way their leader's gills shivered with hunger. Fairy magic could be absorbed. Whoever killed a fairy inherited its power. The realization hit Seraph like a blade to the chest. Leora's eyes met hers, wide with terror. "Seraph, you wouldn't." Seraph swallowed, hands trembling. "I." The mermaids laughed, holding out their hands. "Do it, Phoenix. Give her to us. Live." Leora scrambled backward, wings flaring. "Seraph, please." Seraph closed her eyes. She knew she needed it. Then she lunged. Her hand shot forward, fingers curling around Leora's fragile throat. The fairy gasped, her wings spasming against Seraph's grip. Tears streaked down Seraph's face as she whispered, "Forgive me." Then she crushed Leora's throat in a burst of flames. Leora's body erupted in golden light, her screams swallowed by the surge of raw power that flooded into Seraph. The moment the fairy's life faded, her magic fused with Seraph's core. The effect was instant. Seraph's body ignited in a violent explosion of fire and gold. Her eyes burned with newfound energy, her flames turning from orange to searing white. The mermaids shrieked as the surge of magic swept through the land like a wildfire. The water boiled, the grass withered, the sky darkened with smoke. Seraph didn't stop. She unleashed everything. A deafening roar filled the air as her flames engulfed the mermaids. Their screams were short-lived as they were incinerated, their bodies turning to ash before they could even retreat. The land burned. The once lush paradise became a wasteland of soot and cinders. The rivers turned black, the waterfalls choked with smoke. The world trembled under the wrath of a phoenix empowered by stolen magic. And then, silence. Seraph stood alone in the ruins of what had once been beautiful. Her hands shook, her breath ragged. The power within her was intoxicating, but the weight of her betrayal pressed on her like an iron chain. Leora was gone. Seraph had killed her. As the ashes settled, the ground before Seraph shuddered. 3 portals appeared, hovering in the air, each shimmering with an unnatural glow. The first pulsed with a deep crimson light, its swirling interior resembling molten lava. The second flickered with a soft blue mist, whispering of unknown promises. The third, the middle one, was different. Its depths were unreadable, shifting between darkness and blinding light. Seraph stared at them, her mind a storm of emotions. She had lost everything. She had burned an entire world. And now, she had to choose again. The weight of her guilt clawed at her, but she pushed it aside. There was no going back. With a deep breath, she stepped toward the portals. Her hands clenched. Then she ran. Straight into the middle one. The moment she touched it, the world around her dissolved. And she disappeared.